Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are trying out the brand new Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation. This is brand new from Revlon. They have a cover or Colorstay foundation already, but this one is supposed to be matte and last 24 hours. Those are the claims. So whenever a foundation comes out that claims to be full coverage, matte, and lasts a long time, I have to try it out. As you guys can see, I have a lot of redness and acne scarring, hyperpigmentation, so I need a full cover foundation. So I saw this was coming out and I wanted to try it. I pulled up the website to see what they said. There's not a lot of information on the Revlon website. It just says Colorstay Full Cover Foundation for a full coverage matte finish, lasts up to 24 hours, comfortable wear that moves with your skin, won't cake up or weigh you down, easy to apply and blends seamlessly. So this comes in 16 shades, which is not very much. They're mostly pretty light shades. So they could definitely expand on that. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for foundation. I bought this at Ulta and it retailed for $14.99, which I feel like is pretty high for a drugstore foundation. Bella is in my arm, so I feel like I only have one hand to work with. We might have to change that. But anyways, let's jump in. I have my nifty little headband here so I can keep my hair out of my face. But I'm not going to use a primer because I don't typically use a primer every day. I'm just going to apply this straight to the skin. I got color 200, which is called Nude, and I'm really hoping that it isn't too dark. I have a feeling it might be. I did swatch this in the store and it seemed to match the skin on my arm pretty well, so we'll see if it matches my face. It is more like a whipped texture, almost like a mousse. That seems to actually match really well. Yeah, okay. So I do prefer a texture that's like more liquid than this. Any kind of whipped mousses like this in the past that I have tried, I don't really like, so we'll see. It is blending in pretty well, and it's covering pretty good. So I'm gonna kind of like do this side of my face, even though I already put a little bit over there, but so you can see kind of what it's covering. So far I like it. For being a mousse, it doesn't feel like, I don't know, a lot of times when they're whipped like that, I just feel like they can be dry and like they want to be kind of patchy on your skin. This is blending in pretty easily, and actually like it's blending in really well with my skin. Like it's hard to see where I have the foundation and where I don't. Okay, that is one layer on my skin. I'm pretty happy with it. I do have a little bit of redness poking through down here, which I'm not surprised about. I always tend to need a little bit more coverage around here, so I'm going to put a second layer on and see how it builds. Okay, this is the foundation on my skin. I have a hair. I have like these little tiny baby hairs all around my face that like to just get stuck in my foundation, which is really annoying. But so far, I really like it. We will see how it sets and how it wears. It has covered pretty much everything. I mean, like, I can still see texture, which is kind of throwing me off, but I mean, there's not much I can really do for that. It matches my skin really well. I'm showing up so pale on my monitor right now, so I'm like, ooh. But it does match my skin really well. It was able to blend really easily, and it feels fairly lightweight. Like I can feel it on my skin, but it doesn't feel like it's a lot or too much. So I'm going to finish up my face with how I normally would do everything else. Concealer. I think I am going to put a little bit of powder on. We'll see. Okay, my concealer blended in really well with that. I am going to set my concealer with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Okay, so usually by the time I'm done with that, the rest of my foundation has set, and right now it still looks shiny. Like you guys can kind of see on my forehead, but even like on my cheeks, it still is looking shiny and not matte. And it's still pretty tacky. So I feel like usually it's coming off on my hands. Usually if it's a matte foundation, it should be set. Like usually they set pretty quickly. And I'm gonna stop touching my face because it's coming off on my fingers. But it should be set and it should be matte by now. So I'm not really a fan of that. But I am going to put some setting powder on it. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I am just going to put this in the areas where I'm noticing it's looking the most shiny. So like my forehead. Okay, I feel like that's pretty much everywhere, but it is shiny. Like everywhere. And normally I do use some sort of powder to set my foundation, even if it sets pretty matte on its own. Okay, so I am going to finish up the rest of my face really quick. Okay, I just finished up my makeup. I used Hoola bronzer out of my Cheekathon palette, and then I have been using this a lot lately. It's the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collaboration. I kind of forgot I had this, and then I totally have lipstick on my teeth. I know. Okay. I totally forgot that I had this, and then she recently just launched her Vault with Morphe. Yeah, I just used this blush and then this highlighter. I've been using this highlighter like every day, and I'm kind of obsessed. But when I went to highlight my nose, like I always do, like I just do like a straight line, all my foundation came off on my nose. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just like a red line, or like a splotchy line pretty much, and there's no foundation there. Also, I feel like even though I set it, my foundation, it was kind of moving around, like when I was trying to blend out my bronzer and blush and everything like that. The foundation was kind of moving, so I'm not sure what to think. I have a feeling this is not going to last 24 hours. I don't even think it's going to last 8 hours. We'll see. I'll do a few check-ins. I'm going to try to wear this 8 hours and see what happens. But right now I'm kind of not super impressed with it. So yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see if it actually stays on my skin. Okay, it is after midnight. I've had this on for almost 9 hours now. I probably look really tired. Let's see, overall, I'm not really impressed with the way that this, well, the way that it applied was okay, but then I feel like it never set, like it never really got matte like it was supposed to. So like you guys can kind of see there's some shine on my forehead. And that has, I mean, like, it was like that when I applied it, and it's been like that. And like, I don't have super oily skin, so I don't think it's like oil coming through the foundation. It's just, it never set. Like, all day, like, it felt tacky, even though I put setting powder on. So it did kind of settle into my pores. My lipstick looks pretty bad. I've ate a couple times, but it's kind of just like worn off. I don't know, it claims to last 24 hours and I don't think it did. Overall, like, I'm just not very impressed. It went on and it blended out so nicely, but then as soon as I tried to put, well, my concealer did go on pretty nicely over it, but as soon as I tried to blend out like any blush or bronzer, the foundation moved around and kind of came off. Like, my cheeks look very splotchy. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. And I do have like highlighter on, so I might look shiny. That's highlighter, but anything else is like just my skin. There are a couple like dry patches where it kind of clung to, and I guess it did come off a little bit around my nose, not a lot, but it did come off on my nose when I tried to put highlighter on earlier, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, so it says full coverage foundation. I guess it is, as long as you don't put anything else on top of it and blend it out. Up to 24 hours wear, definitely not. No caking. I will say it doesn't look cakey. That's for sure. It is, even though like some layers I put, or even some areas I put 2 layers on, it didn't cake up. So that is true. It does say no fading. I do think it faded. Lightweight. I mean, it's not like the lightest foundation I've ever worn. I can definitely feel it on my skin, but it doesn't feel heavy. And then it also says that it blends seamlessly, and I do think that it blended out really nice when I applied it. So a couple things, a couple claims they made I do agree with, but most of them, and I feel like the most important ones, I don't agree with. I don't feel like this held up very well, and overall I do not like this foundation. So I'm gonna wrap up this video because it's almost 1 a.m. and I need to go to bed. But let me know, have you guys tried this before? What did you think? Have you tried any other Revlon foundations? I don't think I've ever tried another Revlon foundation, so I don't really have anything to compare it to from that same brand. But let me know, like, do you normally wear Revlon? Does it work really well for you? Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this foundation. Overall, I don't like it. I don't see myself like reaching for it and really wearing it. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you very soon with another one. Bye.